Imagine walking through the woods at night. The air is still. The only sound is the crunch of leaves beneath your feet. Suddenly, you see a fox staring back at you. But in Japanese folklore, this might not be just an ordinary animal. It could be a kitsune, a mystical fox spirit with the power to shapeshift, deceive, and even change the course of human lives. Today, we're diving deep into the legends of the kitsune, protectors, tricksters, lovers, and monsters of Japanese mythology. The word kitsune simply means fox in Japanese, but in folklore, the kitsune is so much more than an animal. The origins of these tales can be traced back to China, where fox spirits were already part of mythology. As these stories traveled to Japan, they took on unique forms, blending with Shinto beliefs. In Shinto, kitsune are sacred messengers of Inari, the god of rice, prosperity, and fertility. If you visit an Inari shrine today, you'll notice pairs of stone fox statues guarding the gates. They often hold a key, a jewel, or a scroll in their mouths, symbols of their divine duties. But kitsune are not only divine protectors. Folklore paints them as complex beings, some benevolent, others mischievous, and some dangerously malevolent. One of the most famous powers of the kitsune is shapeshifting. They can transform into humans, most often beautiful women. In many tales, men fall in love with mysterious women, only to discover later that they were foxes in disguise. Kitsune also wield illusions. They conjure visions, create phantom fires known as kitsunebi, and even possess humans, an affliction known as kitsunetsuki. Possessed people were once brought to shrines for exorcisms. Their magical strength grows with age. The older the fox, the more powerful it becomes. With every 100 years of life, a kitsune gains another tail. At 1,000 years old, the kitsune reaches its ultimate form, the nine-tailed fox, a creature of immense wisdom and power. Kitsune also carry a mystical object called the Hoshi no Tama, a glowing orb or jewel that contains part of their soul. To steal a fox's jewel is to hold great power over it, but angering a kitsune is never wise. Kitsune are often divided into two major categories. First, the zenko, or good foxes. These are the benevolent servants of Inari, guardians who bring blessings, protection, and prosperity. Then, there are the yako, or nogitsune, wild foxes. These are tricksters who delight in deceiving humans. Some merely play pranks, like leading travelers astray at night. Others are far more dangerous, feeding on fear, lies, and chaos. This duality makes kitsune fascinating. They are neither wholly good nor wholly evil, but exist in the gray space between protector and predator. Japanese folklore is filled with unforgettable kitsune tales. One of the most famous is the legend of Tamamo-no-Mae. In the Heian period, a stunning woman appeared at the imperial court. She was wise, beautiful, and beloved by the emperor. But when the emperor fell mysteriously ill, diviners discovered the truth. She was a nine-tailed fox in disguise, feeding on his life force. Exposed, Tamamo-no-Mae fled, but was eventually hunted down. Her spirit, however, is said to linger, trapped within a cursed stone known as the Seisho Seki, the killing stone. Not all kitsune stories are tragic. The tale of Kuzunoha tells of a fox who transformed into a woman to marry a human man. Together they had a child, but one day, her true form was revealed, and she was forced to return to the wild. Before leaving, she wrote a farewell poem on the sliding door, a message of eternal love for her family. These stories reflect both sides of the kitsune, the dangerous trickster and the loving companion. Even today, the kitsune continues to inspire Japanese culture. In anime and manga, fox spirits appear everywhere, from the nine-tailed Kurama in Naruto, to Pokemon's Ninetales, to countless other adaptations. At festivals, you'll often see fox masks, especially during events like the Kitsune no Yomairi, or Fox Wedding Parade. And at Inari shrines, offerings are still left for the fox guardians, just as they have been for centuries. The kitsune has never disappeared. Instead, it has adapted, shape-shifting its way into modern imagination, just as it always has in folklore. So what exactly is a kitsune? A messenger of the gods? A mischievous trickster? A devoted lover? Perhaps it is all of these, and more. The kitsune remains one of the most enduring figures in Japanese folklore, because it embodies mystery, power, and transformation. And who knows? The next time you see a fox at night, you may want to look twice, because in the shadows, under the moonlight, you might just be standing face to face with a spirit. If you enjoyed this journey into Japanese mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll be back with more tales of yokai, spirits, and legends from around the world. Until then, watch the shadows and listen for the fox's cry.